Hey there, this is Red, and it's time for a Red Reveals. So from Team Covenant, my Ant-Man arrived today. So we're going to take a look at what's in the Ant-Man pack for Marvel Champions. So still in the plastic, let's start ripping it open. So while I get in here, I guess one of the things is, I haven't been making a lot of videos recently. I'm going to make a Red recap maybe, talk about the last month, and I'll put a link up in the corner over there, I think. And just kind of, if you want to know what's going on there, you can check that out. But otherwise, we're just going to open a pack of cards here and take a look and see what's in here. So let's get her done. We got Ant-Man there, and we're going to go ahead and get our plastic off of here. And I've done a little bit of looking online, but not a whole lot for this pack. Now, one of the things is this is supposed to have the big fold-out card, so that will be fairly interesting. I don't know that I'm a big fan of the idea. It seems kind of gimmicky to me. From everything that I've read, the quality seems to be there, but I think I would just rather have like another regular card. What I might end up doing, well, let's take a look at it. So we've got Ant-Man here. There's our Ant-Man, and he's looks like 2 thwart, 1 attack, 2 defense. Puny Pest. Response: after you change to this form, remove 1 threat from a scheme. So that's pretty cool. I like that. So you're looking at taking away 3 threat potentially on the Ant-Man side. So you've got 12 hit points, which is nice, and a hand size of 5. So I'm liking him already. And then on the other side, we've got Scott Lang. So he's got time to unwind. Response: after you change to this form, heal 1 damage from Scott Lang. So you've got a recovery of 3, and you're going to automatically heal 1 as you go over there, and a hand size of 6. So he's looking pretty good. He's a pretty nice hero. Now, the other part of this is it's supposed to fold open. There we go. So it's kind of like a book. And then on the inside, we've got Ant-Man here. So 1 thwart, 3 attack, 3 defense. Giant Nuisance. Response: after you change to this form, deal 1 damage to an enemy. So that's pretty cool. He's going to pop off 1 damage in this form. You're going to pop off 1 thwart in this form, or 1 threat removal. And then you're going to heal 1. So that's pretty nice. I'm feeling he's going to be a pretty powerful hero. I don't know. It'll be interesting to start messing with him and see how that goes. So what I actually think I'm probably going to do is, I've seen people take... you have like special sleeves that are side sleeves that you can put this in. I'm probably just going to put this card in a normal sleeve and then go upstairs, and I've got a machine I can make a photocopy of that, and then I'll reduce it down and probably put it inside of a normal sleeve. That's probably how I'll end up playing it, and just have a proxy for that I'll pull out when the time comes for that. So, all right. Looking pretty cool. Hero-wise, he's looking really powerful. I'm really happy about him. All right, let's take a look at cards. So what do we have here? We've got the Wasp. She's a wild resource, 2 thwart, 2 attack, cost of 3, and she's got 3 health. So hero response: after Wasp enters play, deal 2 damage to an enemy if you are in giant hero form, or remove 2 threat from a scheme, or if you're in tiny hero form. That's a nice card too. Wow. So there's going to be the Wasp deck's going to be coming out pretty soon. I think that's the next one. So at that point, you won't be able to play her, but she's a wild resource. So that will be okay, I guess. We'll be able to get by. All right, what else do we have here? We've got Giant Stomp. So it's an event, attack giant, 3 cost. Play only if you're in giant form. Hero action, attack, deal 1 damage to each minion. Deal 8 damage to an enemy. Wow, so it's got a form requirement, but that's a lot of damage. That's pretty awesome. And you should be able to jump over to the form if you want to do it. So that's pretty cool. All right, and there's a couple of those in there. 2 giant stomps. Wow. With your hand size of 5, it's going to be kind of tough. Well, it's going to depend upon what you draw, but you could possibly be dropping 16 damage and 2 to each minion. Whew. Wow. All right. We've got Hive Mind. Costs 2 and it's an event. Play only if you're in tiny form. So remove 2 threat from a scheme. Remove 1 additional threat from that scheme for each army of ants support you control. All right, so we haven't seen any army of ant supports. I imagine they're coming, being as this is Ant-Man. So we have 1 of those. Then we've got a Resize, hero action, change to your other hero form, draw a card. All right, so you can't go to alter ego, but you can pop between your giant form and your tiny form. So that's pretty cool. Plus you get to draw a card. So it's essentially it's a no cost action there. Like that. All right, so you got 1, 2 of those. So you should be able to go, you could go Scott Lang to tiny form, play that, and flip to hero form all in one round. So you're looking at taking a threat away and then doing a damage. That's pretty nice, pretty cool. All right, Pim Particles. So we've got a resource. It's a hero response. After you spend this card, heal 2 damage from your hero if you're in giant form, or draw 1 card if you're in tiny hero form. That's nice. So after you spend this card, so you use it as a wild resource and you get some bonuses. That's a nice twist on resource usage. I like that. It's a wild. Pretty cool. You got 1, 2 of those. Unfortunately, well, it's a hero, so you're going to have to spend it. Well, that's if you spend it in hero response. So you could use it just for the wild, but you're not going to get the cool bonuses unless you do it in hero form. All right, there's our army of ants, cost of 1. Hero action. If you are a tiny hero form, exhaust army of ants, deal 1 damage to an enemy. All right, so these are kind of like our gauntlets. We can ping things off. And you got to be in hero form in order to do that, but it doesn't look like it matters whether you're tiny. Oh, no, yes, if you are tiny hero form. So it's a hero action, and you have to be tiny in order to get the bonus. So no commanding the ants in giant size form. No giant ant attack. All right. Only 1. That's nice for support. That's pretty cool. How many of those? 1, 2 of those? 3 of those. Yes. Pretty cool. All right. Then we've got Ant-Man's helmet, armor tech, and it costs 3. So hero response, after you change to giant form, heal 2 damage from your hero. After you change to tiny hero form, draw a card. So tiny hero form looks like it's draw and thwart, where in big size, you're going to do damage and heal. Pretty cool. I wonder if you're going to even need to go alter ego. All right, so we've got giant strength. It's a 1 cost upgrade. Hero response, after you change to giant form, you get +1 attack until the end of this turn. Oh, that's interesting. So you can't do it just because you're in giant form. You have to change to giant form in order to get that bonus. Pretty cool. There's a couple of those. So that's going to actually make you not want to stick around in one form. You're going to want to jump back and forth between forms. All right, so we've got the wrist gauntlets, which is a 1 cost upgrade. Hero action, if you're a giant hero form, exhaust wrist gauntlets and spend 2 physical, stun an enemy. All right. Hero action, if you are tiny hero form, exhaust wrist gauntlets, spend 2 energy, confuse an enemy. Oh, that's kind of a nice, it's interesting that it's energy rather than mental in order to confuse an enemy. But that's actually kind of a tough cost there, is you have to have 2 of that in order to do it. But that's a nice little piece of tech to have out there. All right, so we're done with our specific Ant-Man cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep. All right. What are we into next? Next, we're into our leadership cards. So it looks like Ant-Man leadership deck. We've got Ant-Man, and he's got 2 thwart, 2 attack. This is the Hank Pym Ant-Man. So Ant-Man gets +1 hit point for each Pym counter on him. When Ant-Man enters play, place a Pym counter on him to a maximum of 4 for each resource you overpaid for Ant-Man's cost. All right, so he starts with 0 hit points, and you're going to have to throw resources at him in order to get him to actually have hit points, but he's variable. That's a pretty nice hero. I like that. It's kind of like, what is it, a stone serpent or whatever in Magic that comes out, and you're going to pay, you've got like X cost, and it's an XX. So this guy's going to be X where it's going to equal his health. I like that. That's pretty cool. All right, and we've got Giant Man. Wow, 5 cost ally. Giant Man gets +2 attack while he has 3 or more remaining hit points. Ooh, holy cow. So his first attack is going to be for 4, and then his next attack is going to be for 4. Wow. And then you start playing the bonus leadership cards. He's going to be attacking for a lot. That's pretty cool. All right, we got Ronin. Ooh, I think that's Hawkeye on the bad side for a while there. So we've got, and notice he doesn't have a name underneath him. That's kind of interesting. So like Giant Man, you see he's got a name. Ronin's just Ronin. All right, 3-cost ally. Ronin gets +1 thwart and +1 attack while an upgrade is attached to them. All right. Hey, there's a use for the Sky Cycle. All right. Stinger. Play only if your identity has the Avenger trait. Stinger does not count against your ally limit. Oh, that's pretty cool. And 1 attack, 1 thwart. That's Casey Lang. Yeah, so that's Scott Lang's daughter, I believe. So she's a small little ally, 1 cost. I like that she comes out for free and doesn't count against your limit. So some of the cards that allow Avengers to work together, like you can tap an Avenger to untap an Avenger, she's going to be perfect for those types of things. Hoping to make those go well. Got a call for aid. So are you bringing in Iron Man, or is that Iron Man calling for help? I don't think Iron Man ever really calls for help, so you're probably calling in Iron Man. So you've got hero action, discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard an Avenger ally. Then add that ally to your hand. Oh, leadership's getting disgusting. Here we go. Because it wasn't already, and we've got 3 of those in here. All right, Moxie. Hero response. After you change form, your hero gets +1 thwart, +1 attack, +1 defense until the end of the round. That's pretty cool, like that one. Nice boosts. There's 3 of those in there. Yep, that fits with the Iron Man form changing thing. All right, Power Gloves. Attached to an ally, that's Ronin's thing. Attached to an Avenger ally, max 1 per ally. After attached ally attacks or thwarts, deal 1 damage to an enemy. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, wait a minute. I said it was a Ronin thing, but I didn't think, oh, Ronin's an Avenger. I didn't realize Ronin was an Avenger. All right, so it is a Ronin thing. There we go. He's going to get some gloves. And we got 2 of those. All right. It's interesting that it has to be to an Avenger ally. You can't attach it to an Avenger. So not going to be able to like put that on Black Panther or anything. It's going to have to go to one of your allies. 3 of those in there. Holy cow. All right, reinforced suit. Again, attached to an ally. Max 1 per ally. Attached ally gets +2 hit points. All right, so there's the big giant man that we saw earlier there. You can get more hit points and be able to hit harder for longer. Yeesh. This deck is looking pretty disgusting in my opinion. Some first aids to keep your allies going. Swarm tactics. Team up Ant-Man Wasp. Max 1 per deck. Change to your other hero form. Ready your hero. All right, gonna be good if you got your Wasp ally out there, or somebody else is playing the Wasp deck. Right. All right. So opinions there are also just looking at our leadership cards. Disgusting. I'm not sure if this is Doctor Strange level toughness, but I'm thinking it's going to be right up there. Just the out of the package deck is going to be pretty powerful. A good pre-con deck here. All right, see what else we've got here. Actually, let me take this and I'll move Ant-Man down here in the corner maybe. I don't know if we got enough room. All right, what else do we got here? We've got first aid. So with all those allies in there, it's nice to see more first aid. So we've got heal. We can do some healing with our first aids. And then we've got swarm tactics. Oh, did I already do this first aid and swarm tactics? Yeah, I did, because I looked at those, and those are the last 2 on there. All right. So then we've got an energy, pretty standard. Genius, pretty standard. Strength, pretty standard. Ooh, that looks neat. What's that? Team building exercise. Hero action. Exhaust team building exercise. Play a card from your hand that shares a trait with your hero, reducing its resource cost by 1. All right. Avenger leadership. Need more of that. I think the other thing with that one is maybe Thor. Make Thor's cards, his Asgard cards, easier to play. And that could be pretty nice. All right, we got a couple of 3 team building exercises. Wow. That's pretty cool. and they're not like max per one or anything like that. Nice. All right, so that's your pre-con deck there. Next, we're into our obligation card. So give the Scott Lang player, you can flip to alter ego. You may flip to alter ego. Exhaust Scott Lang, remove care from Cassie for the game, so that's pretty standard. The other side of it is choose and discard one card from your hand. You cannot change form until your next turn ends. Discard this obligation. That actually isn't all that bad. He may be getting off easy on his obligation card there. I think for as powerful as this deck is, that does not seem like a very, very painful obligation. All right, what do we have here? We've got tech theft. So this is Yellow Jacket. Treat the printed text box of each tech player card as if it were blank. Ouch. That could be very, very painful. Wow, I wonder, holy cow, that could be bad. So then we've got Yellow Jacket himself. 2 science, 2 attack, criminal. When you are giant hero form, Yellow Jacket gains the giant trait and retaliate 1. When you are tiny form, Yellow Jacket gains the tiny trait and gets +1 attack. All right, so I don't know what the giant and tiny is gonna do for him, but maybe that's in his other cards. Let's see what else we have here. Attached to Yellow Jacket if able. After attached enemy activates, remove 1 size counter from here. So he's got 3 size counters, and then 1's gonna go away when he activates, and it's +2 scheme, +2 attack, so that's pretty mean. Now what else do we have? We got 2 of those size increases. And then Yellow Jacket's plan. When revealed, discard cards from the encounter deck until a card from the Ant-Man Nemesis set is discarded this way. Reveal that card. Oh, that's cool. So it kind of forwards into Yellow Jacket stuff. And it's going to burn through your encounter deck. And you got Crossfire. Is that Kingpin there? Or is that Egghead? Which one is that one? You're going to have to let me know in the comments. I think that's Egghead, maybe. That'd be my guess. Not sure. All right, stop. We're done with the Ant-Man pre-build deck. So now we're going to see what our bonus cards are. What do we have for bonus cards? We've got Moment of Triumph, hero response, an event. After you attack and defeat an enemy, heal 1 damage for your hero for each point of excess damage you dealt to the enemy by that attack. All right, and it's got Captain Marvel there, right? So you're going to flame somebody out. You're going to potentially do a lot of extra damage. That's interesting. In aggression, if you team that with some stuff that does overkill, right, you should be able to not only put that damage on the boss, you're also going to heal for that excess damage. So there's probably going to be a whole sort of like deck based around trample at this point in time. All right, what else do we got? We got Lay Down the Law. So hero response. After you change form, remove 3 threat from a scheme. 4 threat if you paid for this card using a mental resource. Really? You just have to change form and spend 1, and you're going to remove 3 threat? That seems like a great deal. And then 4 if it's a mental? Wow. That seems good. All right. We have Muster Courage as a protection. Play only if your identity has the Avenger trait. Hero action. Give up to X friendly characters a tough status card to a maximum of 3, where X is equal to the villain's stage number. Oh, so here we go. There's a nice heroic card there, right? Start passing out the toughs. Almost as good as Doctor Strange passing out the toughs, but that's pretty cool. Although you do have to be Avenger in order to do it, but that's still pretty cool. I like it. All right, assess the situation. Action, not a hero action, it's just an action. You get +1 hand size until the end of phase. 0 cost. That's a basic card, and there's 3 of those in there. That is another very interesting card. So Get +1 hand size until the end of the phase. So you play that during your turn, then when you redraw, your hand size will be +1, and then it's going to go back down to normal. I wonder if that's going to work with She-Hulk. And I can see where it's going to be really handy, like with Thor potentially and Hulk, in order to increase your hand size for other turns. That's going to be a pretty cool card. That's almost, I'm going back to my Magic stuff at this point in time. That's any card that allows you to draw another card is pretty handy. So it's almost like cycling from Magic, right? You're going to take it and you're going to spend it, and you're not going to get it right away. You're going to have to wait to get the card until the end of the phase. So you won't be able to use it right away. But it's a good way to kind of like slim down your deck and be able to go through it. So I don't know. What I'm seeing from the Ant-Man stuff is I am really impressed. Ant-Man himself seems pretty powerful, and a lot of the cards around him seem really good. So I think this is a 2 thumbs up. Oh, you know what? I didn't look. I didn't check to see if there's a poster in here. So is there a poster in here? We have a poster. Oh, we've got a poster in here. Let's flash the rules and look at the poster real fast. We should probably do that as part of the whole thing. So what do we have here? We've got the Ant-Man Hero Pack. We've got the Team Up keyword. We've got changing between 3 forms. And we got Ant-Man Leadership down here. And then some credits and playtesting. And we've got a poster. What's our poster look like? It's like the front there. We got the fingers in Ant-Man getting out of the way. Is that actually right? That keyboard's not right. What keyboard is that? You've got, what is that? That doesn't seem like it's right. What are those keys? So we've got a P, then an E. What is that a keyboard to? If anybody knows, that would be a great comment there to say, because I have no idea what language that would be or what kind of computer that would be for, because I don't know that one. So let me know in the comments if you recognize that keyboard, because I have no idea what that is. Anyway, Ant-Man deck looking pretty awesome. There's all the cards that are in the Ant-Man deck. I'm giving it 2 thumbs up. I think this is going to be, my initial impression is this is going to be a pretty beastly deck. I don't think it's going to be quite Doctor Strange powerful, but I think it's going to be up there. And the additional cards are really nice too. I don't know that I'm going to go out and buy another one of these just to be able to add some of these cards into other stuff, but they're nice cards. And Leadership didn't really need a boost. Like, you don't need, Leadership's powerful enough. I don't know that it needs all the stuff that it got in this deck. It's just making it crazy. So hopefully we'll see everything else be even more crazy for the other aspects as, this kind of rolls out. So anyway, let me know what you think of the cards that are in here. What's your favorite? Is there some game-breaking ones? Have you actually played? What's looking really good to you? And then if somebody has something that they like, then tell them maybe you don't think it is as awesome. What's my favorite card out of all of these? I think, let's see here. If I was going to go for one, while I do like the gloves, I was thinking one of, I don't know, the Assess the Situation is looking really nice to me. I like that one. Okay, it's not First Aid. We'll go with that. I do like First Aid being in here, but I'm thinking this team building exercise is going to be a very interesting card that will get a lot of play. And then Giant Man could potentially get a lot of play too. I think with all the extra damage that he can do, he's going to end up in a lot of Leadership decks. He's expensive, but I think he's totally going to be worth it. Also, while the Power Gauntlets might be nice, I think the Reinforced Suit, we're going to see that in a lot of Leadership decks too. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Let me know if you're thinking the same or not. With that, I'm going to wrap this up, and thanks for watching.